My fellow Americans, it is time for a revolution. For far too long we have sat idly by and watched as a tyrannical force has dictated how we live our lives. The time has come to begin a movement to defeat such powers. We, as Americans, must stand up to the powers that be and fight, once again, for the way of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that our forefathers have done before us. We should no longer be dependent on a socialist regime that tells us where to spend our money, falls back on promises once made, and dictates how we live our lives. The world that we live in today, as a global society, is run by a government that fails to show their faces. We, as Americans, need to lead a revolution that reinstates the human rights that God has given us. We must formulate a plan, and gather members that are like-minded, and take back our existence. We need to stand up against the dictatorship that currently rules the world that we live in. My fellow Americans, the time has come for us to stand together, united in our beliefs. Our belief that we are a free nation. Our belief that we, as individuals, have the right to protect the ones we love, the ones that we care for, the ones that we strive day in and day out to keep safe, the ones that we struggle to keep a roof over their heads and food on their tables, the ones that matter most to us, the future generations to come, our children, grandchildren, and many generations to come. My fellow Americans, we have it better than most of the world as we know it. We are known as a superpower. When something tragic happens in America, it is known worldwide. We are looked up to. We are envied. We set an example of how the world should conduct itself. We, as Americans, have the responsibility to show the world how to live, how to prosper, how to stand up against the evil that has swept over us. We as Americans shall therefore be required to show the powers that be that we will no longer sit idly by and watch as our freedoms, rights, and God-given rights are taken away, one by one. We must band together and stand as one. We must not be repressed. We must not be denied. We need to make this world a place that we are proud to call home. We must feel safe. My fellow Americans, please stand up and protect what is most valuable to us all, our future.